Introduction. Understanding the Stoic approach to dealing with lies. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew someone was lying, but you weren't sure how to respond? Perhaps the lie was a small, harmless fib, or a larger, more consequential untruth. But either way, you found yourself at a crossroads. Do you confront the liar? Do you let it slide? In today's world, where dishonesty seems pervasive, it can be difficult to navigate these situations with poise, integrity, and wisdom. The challenge isn't just about catching someone in a lie. It's about maintaining your composure, protecting your inner peace, and responding in a way that aligns with your personal values. This dilemma is one that has existed for centuries, and it was one that Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca grappled with regularly. Stoicism teaches us to handle challenges with grace, keeping our focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. When it comes to lies, the Stoics offer timeless wisdom that can help us deal with dishonesty in a way that not only preserves our peace, but also strengthens our character. In this article, we'll explore 3 powerful Stoic principles to guide you through conversations when you know someone is lying. These principles will empower you to respond thoughtfully, without succumbing to anger or frustration, and maintain control over the situation and your emotions. By the end of this piece, you'll have a deeper understanding of how to handle lies constructively, with the calm confidence that comes from living according to Stoic philosophy. Whether you're dealing with lies at work, in friendships, or even within your family, these strategies will help you navigate those difficult moments with wisdom and composure. 1. Detach from immediate emotional reactions. Lies, by their very nature, can evoke strong emotional reactions. When we know we're being lied to, feelings like frustration, betrayal, or even anger can rise up quickly. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to respond impulsively, perhaps by confronting the person directly or even retaliating with a lie of your own. But Stoic philosophy teaches us a different approach: detachment. The Stoics understood that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Seneca, a leading Stoic philosopher, famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This suggests that much of the emotional turmoil we experience when confronted with dishonesty isn't caused by the lie itself, but by the way we internalize and interpret it. When you're aware that someone is lying to you, the first step is to pause and detach. Take a deep breath. Allow yourself to feel the emotion, but don't act on it immediately. Recognize that the liar's words do not define your reality. The lie is a distortion of the truth, but you are the one who controls how you process that information. By detaching emotionally, you prevent yourself from being swept up in anger or hurt, which often clouds judgment and leads to regretful actions. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us that we must train ourselves to accept that others will not always act according to our expectations or desires. Instead of reacting emotionally, a Stoic would encourage us to reflect: what is the nature of this person's behavior? What is the nature of my own response? In doing so, we begin to separate our peace of mind from the deceitful actions of others. 2. Reflect on the nature of the lie and the person who tells it. One of the most profound Stoic lessons is the understanding that we cannot control others' actions, only our own. When someone lies to us, it can be easy to become fixated on their dishonesty, thinking it says something about us or the situation. But Stoicism teaches us to refocus our attention not on the lie itself, but on the nature of the liar and the larger context. Seneca once wrote, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it." When someone lies, It often comes from a place of insecurity, fear, or the desire to protect themselves. The Stoics believed that we should not judge others too harshly for their flaws, but instead recognize that their actions reveal more about their internal struggles than about us or our relationship. A person who lies does so because they are unable to confront reality as it is, either because it's too uncomfortable for them, or because they fear the consequences of honesty. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, Stoicism suggests that we take a step back and reflect on the bigger picture. What is the nature of the lie? Is it an attempt to manipulate or evade accountability? What does this tell us about the person who told it? More importantly, how can we maintain our own integrity in the face of this dishonesty? In this way, you can shift your perspective from viewing the lie as a personal affront to seeing it as an opportunity for personal growth and resilience. Understanding that the liar is struggling with their own internal conflict allows you to cultivate empathy rather than resentment. By practicing this perspective, you reinforce your own commitment to truth and clarity, qualities that the liar may lack, but you can choose to embody. The third Stoic approach to dealing with lies is perhaps the most difficult, responding calmly and thoughtfully with the goal of resolution, not confrontation. The instinctual reaction when you know someone is lying is often to expose them, to call them out immediately, or to attempt to win the conversation by proving them wrong. But Stoicism teaches us that this is not the path to peace or wisdom. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the goal of our actions should be in line with our higher purpose, and that is not to create conflict or harm others, but to cultivate virtue within ourselves. The Stoic response is to focus on resolution. If you must address the lie, do so in a manner that preserves your dignity and composure. Your objective is not to win the argument, but to bring clarity and peace to the situation. When confronted with a lie, a Stoic would advise that you take a moment to ask yourself, what is the best way to respond in order to maintain my own integrity and protect my peace? Is this the right moment to confront the lie head-on, or would it be better to allow the person to come to their own realization? Sometimes a calm, non-confrontational response can disarm the situation and prevent it from escalating. This is not to say that you should ignore the lie or condone the behavior. Rather, the Stoic approach encourages you to speak the truth calmly, without attaching negative emotions to it. By choosing a peaceful response, you demonstrate control over your emotions, maintain the strength of your character, and may even inspire the liar to reconsider their actions. Conclusion: responding with wisdom, not reacting with emotion. In a world where dishonesty is unfortunately all too common, Stoic principles offer valuable guidance on how to respond when confronted with lies. By detaching from immediate emotional reactions, reflecting on the nature of the lie and the liar, and responding calmly with the intention of resolution, we can navigate these situations with grace and wisdom. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the belief that our peace of mind comes from within. The lies of others may momentarily disturb us, but they do not define us unless we allow them to. By practicing these Stoic strategies, we protect our inner tranquility, uphold our values, and remain unshaken in the face of dishonesty. As you move forward in your interactions, remember that the only thing you can control is your response. Lies